Hey guys, this is Shane. Welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, hey, I wanted to give a update on my Amazon book selling. I try to do these every few months. If you're new to the channel, or if you're old to the channel, and it's just remember that I've been a long time eBay seller. I've been doing eBay since like 1999, but I put it off and put it off. But I wanted to get a multiple sales channels going, right? I don't want all my eggs in one basket. I think it's smart to have multiple sales channels. So I finally, in May of this year, May of 2022, got my Amazon set up, and I'm doing Amazon as Fulfilled by Amazon, FBA, right? Where I send things into them. You pay extra, but and all their fees and the shipping, whatever. But it's where I can just send a big box of stuff in, and they handle it. Because one thing for me on scalability, which is a really good topic on its own, but space-wise, you look at my shelves behind me. I wanted something where I'm not always having to ship, right? So the FBA part of Amazon was what I was interested in. So I've got some observations and some updates, status on how I'm doing. Doing these every couple of months just for people that are thinking about it, or to just see how documenting this journey, right? So before I jump in, I want to say thank you. Thanks for longtime channel subscribers and supporters. Just appreciate your feedback, comments, and the overall channel support. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, keep coming back. You guys watching them, I'll keep doing this, and we'll just see what happens. So thanks again. So jumping back in, I started in May. I think maybe at the end of May, I sold one book by the end of May. And then it started selling in June, July, August, and it seemed like September was a slow month for me. But anyway, here's kind of some of the statistics that I've got. And then I'll get into my observations and some things that have kind of surprised me. Maybe long-term sellers, on Amazon, you expect this, but as a long-time eBay seller coming in and selling on Amazon, I was, there's a few little things that are different. So let me kind of give you my statistics. So I currently have about 250 books, either they're in inventory or in transit. They're in the Amazon ecosystem. I've sold 107 books. So I've actually sent a little over 350 books in, sold 107, and I've got like 250 roughish. And I probably have another 20 or so books that will probably go in this week, in a couple of days. So, of those, so of that 350, I've sold 107. Pretty nice. That's $3,000 in sales, okay? Of that, when I do calculate, I'll take all the fees and look at what's been deposited to my account. It's just under $1,700, like $1,680. So of those sales, $3,000 of sales, I'm basically keeping like 56% of that right now. And that includes, my subscription fee for the Pro account, all my shipping, my storage fees, all the Amazon FBA fees, all the fees, every profit, I've made just about $1,700. So as another sales channel that complements my eBay business and reduces some of the storage and just shipping things, for me, it's worked out really nice. And so that's kind of my stats, in that I'm still stuck at 5 reviews, had 1 return. It's my IPI score, I forget what it stands for. Anyway, it's this thing they started, right? It seems like they just recently started it. That sucker has ranged from like 450 to 501. Like 3 weeks ago, I peaked at 501. Then I kind of had like 2 or 3 weeks of slow sales. It seems like only selling maybe 2 or 3 books a week on Amazon. And that IPI has gone back down to like 455. And for a long time, it was sticking there around 470, 480. So I think it's, the books, I think I just had good inventory and it sells through, right? So, it's not showing that I'm in trouble or anything, but when you want to keep that thing as high as possible. But hey, all I can do is send in good books and see what happens. So let me talk about some of the surprises that I've noticed. I think the first thing is I wasn't used to the book approvals, right? You find a book, and this happens a lot of times with the textbooks, and I'm starting to learn some of the ones that require approval. And what I mean by that, there are certain books, if you're new to this, this may be news to you. If you're older, like, oh yeah, we got it. But you scan them to put them in your inventory, and it says requires approval. Well, one thing that's weird, and Mike, the used book guy, told me this, is that you can't request approval on your phone. It's a bug. So you have to do the request through a desktop computer. So you just go in, and there's the thing that says, inventory. You want to enter the inventory, you enter the ISBN, and it'll say you require approval, and you can say used, request approval. And most of the time, it just comes back and says, you're now approved. But there are certain books and certain publishers that'll come back and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is like getting ungated in them, right? If you have to send in an invoice, or where you've bought from the publisher, or you have a deal set up with the publisher. So in those cases, when I run into books like that, they just end up going back and selling on eBay. So it is kind of a surprise though, when you can sell books, but this concept of being approved, right, in these restricted books. So something to keep in mind, and it was a surprise to me. The other thing that's actually been a big surprise is the shipping time it takes to get stock in. So on Amazon, for you new guys or people that are thinking about it, for Fulfilled by Amazon, throw everything in a box, go through their workflow, you put stickers on them, inventory stickers, SKUs, and you send them in. And for me, I'm in northern Alabama. They go to Memphis, which is, it's only like a 4-hour drive. You get a label, you drop it off at UPS. The cost of that, they were running a promotion over the summer for new sellers, so it was like free. But like one I just sent in was, it was a 33 to 35 pound box, maybe 36 pounds, and it was like $9.20. What I see is that shipping cost to get into Amazon is running between 40 and 50 cents a book. I think my average this last month was like 43 cents. And obviously that's gonna vary depending on, the weight of the book. You get a bunch of big heavier books, it's, that cost is probably gonna go up. But on average, I'm seeing that probably around 43, 44 cents per book to get it into the FBA. So if I'm using ScoutIQ, I put that amount in there, I'll just put 50 cents and it covers it, right, to look at your total cost. And when I'm talking about the profit I made out of the 3,000, the 1,680, 1,700 bucks, I'm including all that, right? So that's, the cost. But what really surprises me, actually the cost is pretty amazing, what the deal they get, right, with Amazon or with UPS. And it's easy, you just go to your UPS store, they go click, give you a receipt, boom, nice. The workflow in that respect is really good. But the thing that surprised me is the amount of time it takes the UPS gets it to the Amazon, but it sits there in this receiving, right? And then they start processing it and they scan it and it gets whatever on the Amazon shelves or in their whatever, so that it actually gets sold. I've had boxes of books processed from shipping to active in as little as 12 days and as much as 42 days since May. It's currently running on about 22 to 25 days here in this Christmassy fourth quarter season. So it's 12 to 42 days. So that amount of time to you find stock, you buy it, you box it, you send it in before you can have a month delay, anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 to 5 weeks delay. That's been kind of a surprise for me. The 42 days was one shipment. Most of them haven't been that bad, but I'd say on average it's 3 to 3.5 weeks for me shipping to Memphis. All right, I got my cheat sheet here, things I wanted to go over. The buy box. Listen, I had one book that said I noticed it said it was eligible for buy box, or what they call now best offer. But right now, all my stock says no. So and I think it's just inventory. Maybe it's the IPI. I don't worry about it. It'll happen when it happens. I think I just have to keep building inventory. I've only got 250 books out there, right? And, on eBay, I've got like 650, and in my death pile, I've got a couple of hundred I need to get in. So I'm generally running close to 1,000 books right now. And I know some of you guys out there have 3,000 and 4,000 at Amazon alone. So, for me as a side gig, the 1,000 book level is working out pretty good. So the other thing that was kind of a surprise was they hold funds. It's like, I guess if there's chargebacks or returns. So when you sell books, like on eBay, you sell it, and I guess, it like gets deposited really fast. Well, Amazon pays like every 2 weeks. And, but sometimes the books you sell, yeah, I guess it waits in, a period of time to make sure there's no returns. And so a lot of times in my account, it'll show that I have an account reserve of, anywhere from $50 to $200, depending on what I've been selling, right? And then eventually gets to you, they release it, and it kind of ebbs and flows up and down depending on how much you're selling. But that kind of whole account reserve thing was something I wasn't expecting either. And on that, I think you can request a payment, right? I think if they end up, you go negative on something, they're always just going to charge your card. So that's on your thing. So that's, let's see, shipping, account reserve. Oh, storage fees. I know some people get, all the fees they get, people get, kind of out of their mind about, oh, fees. And it's true. I don't like fees. I'd rather the stuff be free. But storage fees I found haven't been that bad. This last month, my storage fees, I got charged $4.90 for storage fees. That's on between 200 and 250 books. So that's only about 2 cents a book, 3 cents a book, something like that. So for storage, and when you try to scale your business and not have to do it in your house or in a storage unit or something, that's actually, I don't see that as a big moving my needle on cost right now. So just feedback though, that's what I'm experiencing. Other people, obviously you have more stuff, you're going to see higher, a bigger number there, but the average cost doesn't seem too bad to me. I mean, not saying that I want to pay it. I'd rather not pay anything, but I know some people will get worried about that or question what's that cost. In general, it was been more complicated at first, but as I get used to the ecosystem and the pages that I use, to look at my inventory and control it and look at prices. And I'm still not using a repricer. I've got to get more inventory before I do repricing. I just do that manually now. And, there's a lot of power there. And as I get used to it, it hasn't been that bad, but it was kind of, oppressive and intimidating at first. So just know that if you're getting you into it, it could feel intimidating at first, but you'll get used to it and it'll be fine. And then I think the last thing was, is just for me, FBA, man, I love it. I love when my phone goes, ding, ding, you got to sell, and then I don't have to do anything. I don't have to ship it and worry about dropping it, boxing it, stitching it to the post office. And for me, that's the big thing. So anyway, that's kind of some updates, insights, things that, a little surprising to me and that I'm still getting used to, but it's working for me and what I want. And to complement what I'm selling on eBay on my older stuff and collectible stuff and things, to me, I've said this before, it's not an either or. To me, it's what's the best tool in the toolbox. And I like having multiple sales channels so that if something happens on one, I can pivot to the other. And I'm slowly building up that inventory. And it's whichever platform for me gets the most profit, puts the most profit in my pocket, that's what I'm going to go with. So anyway, hopefully you find that enlightening, if not, entertaining, whatever. So thanks again. Remember, see cool, buy cool, and list it, sell it, send it in. Let's everybody have a good week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.